Hello, my beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me again for another pick a card reading. I'm so excited to be bringing this other pick a card reading to you. So today we're going to have 3 piles. The first pile will be the Sunstone. The second pile will be the peach quartz crystal. And the third pile will be the Stonehenge crystal. Okay, so just before you choose, make sure that you look and meditate on your stone, on your question, okay? That today's pick a card will be what you need to know, okay? What does Spirit want you to know? What are the divine messages that you need to know right now, okay? So take a few moments and have a look at the crystals, and I will see you soon. So hello, pile 1. Thank you very much for joining me. You have chosen the Sunstone. Beautiful Sunstone. And I hope you are all doing well today. Just be mindful that I will be picking up on many different energies. Okay, so this is really a collective reading, general reading. Okay, some things may apply to your situation and others may not. So just, keep what resonates and discard everything else. Okay. So just bear in mind that the roles can be interchangeable. Okay, might be picking up on energies other than your own. Okay, so just bear in mind that I might be picking up on several different energies, and so again, the situation, feel free to interchange you, me, him, her, however it resonates. Okay, so I definitely did not want this many cards, Spirit. So let's try again. So I don't know if this will be a love reading or what exactly it will be. It's really about what Spirit wants you to know. Okay. Okay, so Spirit, what do you have? What messages do you have for pile 1? Spirit, what messages do you have for pile 1? 4 cards, please. Okay, this one. So the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups. Oh, and one more, please. Okay. Okay, and Temperance. Oh, I know I said it wasn't going to be about love, but I feel like this pile is definitely about a little bit of love. So that's great. So give me just a few moments here while I tune into these energies. Okay. So I'm definitely feeling like you or someone else has been very, very patient. And either you or someone else is thinking about going forward and expressing their emotions and their feelings. Okay, so that's really positive energy, guys. Like, I'm just feeling like a lot of love from this pile, a lot of hope I'm hearing. So I think that some of you are really hoping for that person to come in. For some of you, though, I feel that there are many different people wanting your attention, striving to get a little bit from that cup of love that you have. So for some of you, you might have up to 3 different people, one being a lot more stable than the other 2, but you might have 3 different people here just kind of vouching for your attention, wanting your attention. You know, for some of you, you might have someone that's coming in really, really quickly to offer that cup of love for you. For some of you, you might have been talking to someone for a very, very long time, and they might, you know, be a very good friend of yours, and some of you might have those romantic feelings towards them starting to evolve. And I would say probably vice versa, like that person has a lot of passion for you, and they're a very wise person. But I do feel that two of the other people that you have are maybe a little bit more immature than the one person who has been like just very stable in your life. For others of you, I'm also hearing that you are already in a committed relationship, but you are getting other people coming towards you, two other people coming towards you with an offer of love, and you are really kind of like considering it, but you're taking your time because you want to make amends, I'm hearing, in your current relationship. So something has happened, obviously, between the both of you, and you want to make amends, but you do have these these two other people potentially, you know, wanting to come forth to you and express their love to you, or just express that, you know, they really do care for you and that you really are important in their life. So I feel that you do have a lot of love around you. I think it's just a matter of you being patient with the situation right now, and really knowing what it is that you want, because I feel like some of you don't really know what you want. I feel like you have way too many choices right now available to you, and you don't know exactly what it is that you want. So the ball is in your court is what I'm hearing. Okay, it's really up to you to make that decision, but just be mindful that if something is too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, and I'm also hearing that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and if it is, it's because it's fertilized with bullshit. So take it however it resonates to you. I'm going to pick 2 cards from the Shamanic Oracle Healing deck. So, Spirit, what other messages do you have for Pile 1? Messages for Pile 1. Duality. Yeah. So some of you are already in a relationship or are thinking about going into a relationship. Yeah. So I think that because you have so many options that are open to you, you know, you might be very eager or, you know, wanting to go ahead and express that love for everybody else. And look, on the bottom of the deck, we have emotional release. So from the Shamanic Oracle Healing, you've got duality and self-love. Okay. So I feel that in order for you guys to have a good emotional relationship, you absolutely need to go in and love yourself. Okay. Love yourself first, because if you don't, you are not going to be able to balance out either your existing relationship or the relationship that you want to go towards. Okay. So you really have to balance out self-love. And for some of you, I feel that you have been going through some very trying times, a lot of emotions that have been sparked within you. And so some of you do need to have that emotional release. So just be mindful of going from one relationship to another, to another, to another. Okay. So make sure you're giving yourself the time for that emotional release, because if not, then you are going to be bringing all of those burdens, all of those unhealed parts of yourself within this relationship. And you're not going to be able to balance out properly. Okay. So I'm really drawn to the blue, yellow, and the green here. So I feel that for some of you, you have trouble expressing your emotions. Okay. For others of you, you're worried about expressing your emotions because you feel like some people might think that, you know, you're not strong. They might view you in a different way. And then for others of you, it's for definitely the green chakra. So I feel like you have an overactive green chakra where an overactive heart chakra where, you know, you want to give to everybody that you possibly can, but don't forget about yourself. Okay. absolutely do not forget about yourself. You need to heal that heart chakra of yours because it is at an imbalance right now, and maybe you're giving too much love away and not keeping enough for yourself. Okay, the duality card to me really speaks about the wanting to be in a relationship and a fulfilling relationship, but also the fact that you have to be able to balance out your own shadow and light side. Okay, so maybe some of you have repressed part of you that you feel that you can't really express because some people might not really want to hear it, or because some people might judge you. But Spirit is just really saying that you really have to honor every single part of your soul and love yourself in order to have good and fulfilling relationships. So that's really, I think, the key message for you. So any other messages for pile 1? Messages for pile 1. Okay, this one came out. Yeah, Tower. So there is going to be a Tower moment, or you have had a Tower moment where you felt like things were crumbling down. Okay, but things have to crumble down in order for new things to come in place. Okay, and 1 and 9 is 10, and that brings you back to 1. Okay, so 1 is really about self-fulfillment. Okay, make sure you are loving yourself before you decide what's right for you or what you need. Okay, so don't be certainly be happy that you have people around you that want to express their love, but don't be eager in jumping on those offers because you're not healed yet. Okay, so you absolutely need to take the time to heal in order to be able to offer a good cup of love to everybody else. Okay, because otherwise you're just going to go in the same circle round and round and round. So I think you'd have to be patient with yourself, and you have to work on yourself a little bit more before you go ahead and express that cup of love to everybody else. Okay, so sorry, I got a whole bunch here. So let me just clear. So Spirit, do you have any messages for pile 1? Messages for pile 1, Spirit. Messages for pile 1. Messages for pile, okay. Here and now. Yeah, so you really do have to focus on here and now. I feel like some of you have been dwelling on the past and maybe just worried about the future and what it kind of holds for you, and you felt a little bit alone, all on your own. Although that, there is love around you, I do feel that you have not been taking the time for yourself and to really honor your true self. Okay, so really Spirit is calling on you to make sure that you're honoring your true self and that you are self-loving yourself and you are doing that emotional release, because if you're not, then you're not going to be able to heal and you're not going to be able to offer your best foot forward towards a new relationship. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And then on the bottom of the deck we have clean it up. Yeah, so I feel like some of you have been going through some really hard mental health situations where you just feel like you're being bogged down by all these thoughts, by all of these emotions. And so Spirit is really just saying, like, you need to start organizing your thoughts and you need to start organizing yourself. And it might just literally be you organizing your personal space, because really that's you clearing out the old and making room for the new. Okay, so that's really what Spirit is saying. Like, clear out your old patterns of thinking and let go of them, because they're not serving you, and they're definitely not serving you for your highest for you to fulfill your highest true purpose. Okay, so you need to clean it up, clean that shit up, do some spring cleaning, whatever it is that you need to do in your mind, in your home, wherever it is that you are. Okay, make sure that you're cleaning that up and that you are leaving behind, but at the same time accepting parts of yourself that are you're accepting those parts as, yes, they are part of me, but if those parts no longer serve you, then why hold on to them? Okay, why hold on to hurt? Why hold on to pain? It's better to just accept it, transmute it, and just move on. Okay, and that's what Spirit is really saying to you. You need to try and move on. And I feel like for some of you, you've kind of been waiting around for people to express their love for you, and because of that you kind of feel stuck and you feel like you don't love yourself, because you're measuring your self-worth on the basis of what other people are saying to you, or on the emotions that the people are expressing towards you. Okay, so you should never base your self-worth solely on what people are saying to you or on the love that people have for you. You have to have your self-love in order to be able to move forward and be strong, okay? So don't wait on people to love you before making decisions, for loving yourself, okay? I'm hearing. So I got 3 cards here from the Healing with Archangel Raphael. So the first one that I got was Have Faith, okay? So I think that some of you have, like I said, been bogged down with a little bit of some, a negative mindset, but Spirit is really calling on you to say that, if you really do want something, have faith and it will happen, but you really do have to focus on that self-love. Otherwise, like, that's just not going to happen. Children. Okay. So some of you might have children, okay, with this person. So you might kind of be torn about a decision, about people that want to come forward, about expressing your love to someone. So Spirit is really saying, like, yeah, the children are there, but remember, children are resilient, okay? And they also want to see their parents happy, okay? And children can feel when their parents are not happy. And I'm just saying this for a few of you. Obviously, it's not going to be applicable to everybody. But for some of you, it's really about, like these 2 children here, they're loving their angel father, I'm assuming, right? And he's kind of alone here. So I think that maybe some of you have been contemplating stepping away from your family situation because something has happened, because of this Tower moment, because maybe you found something out, or because maybe it's just like, our differences are just too much right now and then we just can't work things out. But this has really caused you to not love yourself, okay? But again, just going back to this card, I think Spirit is just really saying, like, the children are there and the children want to see you happy, okay? Whether you're worried about what effect this will have on your children want to see you happy. And if you're not happy, they're not going to be happy. They're going to feel that tension in the home. They're going to feel that tension in the relationship, and it's not going to make them happy. So although you feel that, maybe moving towards a new direction is going to impact your kids, just remember, again, kids are very resilient, and once they see you happy, they're going to be able to pick up on that energy, and they're going to feel that energy, which in turn is going to make them happy, okay? Now, for others of you, the reason why this children card came up here is because some of you have inner child wounds that you absolutely need to heal, okay? Some of you maybe have also not been eating very well, so this angel here is holding, just a basket of fruits and just really good food, right? Just like abundant food. So I feel that some of you need to remember to eat fruits and vegetables, because you probably have not been eating very, very well. And then the last card that we have is change physicians, okay? It's not to say that your current, medical practitioner isn't good, but it maybe just means that you should look to alternative medicine, right? I'm hearing. So things like, Reiki healing, things like metaphysical healing, sound healing, right? There are just so many different new age sort of, as you would call it, medicines that can be applied. So I think that for some of you, you need to look at your energetic healing, okay? This is what I'm getting from this. Although you might feel totally fine and in health, you might have a few parts of you that aren't feeling all that great. So that could be because you have some energy that is blocked, okay? So I'm going to get one card from this deck, and I can never remember what this deck is called. Okay. So you got here the Great Gathering, okay? It's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. Yeah, so I feel that some of you are really starting to notice people that are part of your soul tribe. Maybe you've met someone that's part of your soul tribe, and maybe, you feel really drawn to that person. Spirit is saying, like, yeah, they definitely are part of your soul tribe. And the reason why they're in your life is really to help you through this period, and actually also to help you transmute yourself, to help you get out of this hermit mode. That's what I'm hearing, because some of you have been in a bit of a hermit mode just because of everything that's that's kind of happened. Okay, so we got 2 more cards here. So we got get grounded. Okay, so I do feel that for some of you, you definitely are very spiritual, very intuitive, right? You do enjoy meditation, you do enjoy nature, being out in nature. You do feel like being out in nature, you know, helps you kind of relax, helps you kind of cleanse your mind. But I'm really drawn to 3 things in this picture in particular, is these 3 lights that are shining. So to me, it means that you have to work on your security, because your security is, you know, your root chakra, because your security is really taking a toll. You don't feel secure. You feel very insecure, and you might have some anxiety and some depression happening because of that, because you're not feeling secure. And then the second light here is really near her throat chakra. So I feel that some of you have been unable to speak your truth properly because you're holding in a lot of emotions and you're not letting that emotional release happen, okay? Or that you are releasing it in unhealthy ways. So just be mindful of that. And then the last one here is the crown chakra, which I'm really drawn to again. So I feel that some of you, you know, have not let, or not listening to the information that is being given to you by the divine. So I feel that you need to ground yourself in order to be able to receive those messages, and to be, or in order to be able to heal all of your chakras. Okay, so really Spirit is calling on you to go out in nature and really meditate and take some time on your own, in order to find the answers, because all the answers are really within you. Okay, all the answers are within you. So over here we have yes, the just say yes card. Okay, so maybe someone's come into your life who feels like, and you feel just so totally drawn to them, and you absolutely feel like they've been part of your soul tribe here, like you've known them for a while, and maybe some of you are just unsure about, you know, this connection again, just because you're just a little bit unbalanced right now, and you almost feel like, oh, it's not the time for that. But what Spirit is saying is that, like, this person is there for a reason in your life. Like, you've been asking it, you've been constantly probably going through your mind, like thinking about this person, like this person is here 3 times and it's the same person. So I feel like you've been thinking about this person a lot, and you've been getting messages about this person either through your dreams or through synchronicities that you've been seeing. But Spirit is really saying, like, yeah, if there is this one person that you're thinking about, the answer is yes. The answer is yes, this person is there for you, and that you should try and explore this connection a little bit more, because this person is a very important person to you in your life, and they will very much help you to change, and they will help you to ascend your own vibrational energy. Okay, so that's very, very important, that we surround ourselves with people that can, you know, increase our vibrations as opposed to lower our vibrations. Okay, so very, very important. So I'm going to pick one other card for you from the Let's go back, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. But I just need one card, Spirit. So one card for my pile ones here, one card for my pile. Okay, well, 2 cards then. You've decided 2 cards. Okay, truth and integrity. So I feel that you have to be true to yourself. Some of you have not been true to yourself, true to your higher self, higher spirit. I feel that some of you feel trapped because maybe because of your home life, but you have to be true to yourself. And really, just going back to this children card here, I feel that, yeah, some of you are worried about the impact that it might have on your kids, but just remember, again, as I said, kids are resilient. Kids will you know, kids will thrive when you are happy. If you are not happy, those kids will not be happy. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Happiness is contagious, okay, is what I'm hearing. So the 2 other cards that came out here was power and playfulness. So I feel that some of you, like, and look at these little beautiful cherubs, right? Like, they're just so playful. And I think that some of you really are missing that. You just want to be playful. You want to have a good time. You feel like you haven't had a good time in a while. And it's really about letting your inner child out, right? Like, some of you really do need to do that, because you've had some really, really hard, and I'm sorry to say this, but trauma as a child. Like, you've had some pretty serious trauma as a child, and so you just want to be able to explore, be playful, and just be like a kid again. And maybe this person that you're thinking about, you feel like they make you feel like a kid again. And so Spirit is really saying, like, yeah, don't discredit it. Like, that is that person that you're really thinking of. You might have a few different people around you, but that person that predominates your thoughts is really the one that's going to help bring out your inner child. Okay, so that's beautiful. And then we have power here. So power is really about your perceived power, right? I think that Spirit is just calling on you to say, like, don't expect to have control over everything as much as you need to have that control in order to feel safe and secure. Spirit is saying to you that once you release that need for control, you are going to be stepping into your power, because right now you are not into your power. Like, look at all these gray, kind of like greenish, you know, clouds. And it's funny because if you look at the card, and I don't know if you can see it very well, but the card here, this lady is almost like she's like holding something, and the smoke is emanating from that, but it almost looks like it's coming from her heart chakra, because it's also green, right? So I feel that some of you have really felt like, you know, your heart has been broken, like your heart has been set on fire, and now it's like it's just smoldering, right? There's still smoke coming out from it, and some of you are not ready to take that next step towards that next person. But Spirit is saying, like, yeah, you do have to heal, but in order for you to heal, you have to relinquish that power, because although it's, you know, you think that relinquishing the power makes you less strong, it's actually the opposite. Relinquishing and letting go puts you back into your own power. Okay, so there is a lot of green that I'm seeing. So as I mentioned to you, you know, the crown chakra, absolutely. The root chakra needs to be balanced. The throat chakra, my goodness, you guys have just been repressing just so much. You've been repressing your emotions, you've been repressing your love, you've been repressing, you know, your fears, your worries, and you've been repressing your sorrow as well. So Spirit is really saying, like, if you can go somewhere and be by yourself and just let it all out, you absolutely need to. And this kind of, you know, it's funny because this lady is kind of letting it out. So I think that you need to do that. You need to let it out. You need to let go and let it out, so that you can step back into your power. Okay. So I'm gonna get one more card from the Answers with E, or the Messages from E, Oracle E. Okay, messages for pile 1, please. Messages for pile 1. Okay, we got 2 messages. So we got woot woot and time to fly. So that's beautiful. Okay, so that's number 8 and that's number 7. Okay, so I think that for some of you, like, yeah, it's been a long time coming. You want to leave a situation, you know, that's not serving you anymore. You're worried about the effect it's going to have on your kids or on your or on yourself, right? Where is that going to kind of lead you? Some of you might have some worries in terms of financial worries and where that's going to leave you. But Spirit is saying, like, yeah, it's time for you to go. Like, it's time for you to step into that power, and it's time for you to let go of everything that has not served you and move towards, you know, your soul tribe that's there to help you get to where you want to go, to help you ascend, right? So it really is time for you to learn, focus on yourself so that you are able to ascend, and really pay attention to the signs that the universe has for you, okay? And really focus on your happiness. And woot woot is really like, oh yeah, like going back to the yes, right? Like woot woot, yeah, it's happened, right? So I think that although you don't feel like you have a reason to celebrate, you will very, very soon, because something is going to happen. It's going to make you just so happy. Whether, you know, you're going to go forward to this person, and this person is going to, you know, respond to you and just tell you, you know, just how much they're so happy to have you in their life, and just how they want to help you heal. And maybe you're there to also help this person heal, okay? So just take it however it resonates, all right? But Spirit is definitely saying, like, yeah, you have some really good times ahead of you. Just try and keep positive, okay? Because some of you are really in your head about just everything that's been kind of happening, and you feel probably unable to maintain that positive mindset. So Spirit is really calling on you to remain positive and to heal yourself. Focus on healing, okay? So I don't know if I mentioned it because I'm still looking at that physician's card there. There is a beautiful modality of energy healing called Reiki, and if you haven't heard about it, I strongly suggest that you look into it. It's very, very powerful, and it can help treat minor physical ailments to like major ailments in some cases. So it definitely is a very, very amazing healing. Just make sure that someone is a Reiki master before you go and attempt to do a healing with them, okay? So any other messages for pile 1, Spirit? Messages for pile 1. Messages for pile 1. Okay, this one. Messages for pile 1. Spirit, messages for pile. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay. Let's do one last shuffle, actually. One last shuffle, Spirit. Any other messages for pile 1? Okay, and this one wants to come up. Okay. So, let's see what you got here. So I make the time to recharge my battery. The world needs my energetic light. Yeah, so I do feel like some of you are very intuitive, empaths. You might be able to pick up on people's energies just very, very quickly. But what Spirit is saying is that you need to take some time away, take some time for yourself in order to be able to shine your light, okay? And people are looking to you to shine their light because they are, you are an important person, and a lot of people view you as being almost like a fatherly figure, I would say, or a motherly figure, right, in their life. So you do definitely have to recharge and replenish your chakra energy, okay, in order to be able to shine that light. I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of my fears. Yeah, so I was talking about fears there, right? So I think that some of you, because your crown chakra is in balance, because your root chakra is in balance, because you have a few chakras that are in balance, you definitely not hearing and not listening to what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? You know, you've been hearing that voice, you've been hearing those messages, but you've kind of just been tossing them out the window because your fears are taking over, right? So just be mindful of the decisions that you take out of fear, right? If something is, if you're taking a decision out of fear, it's really your ego talking, because ego doesn't like change. But when that decision is made out of love, you really do feel that it is the right thing. And I think that some of you do know what the right thing is. You're just unable to, just because of this Tower moment that's kind of happened, that's kind of set you back with this with the situation, and maybe because you just have so many options available to you. So make up your mind, right? But make sure that you are going inwards and really deciphering who that right person is, okay? Who do you feel, you know in your heart who that person is, right? You already know in your heart who that person is. You're just probably taking your sweet ass time expressing it, okay? And I feel it for some of you. And again, this isn't for all of you, but that person, if you've met that person definitely feels the same way. Okay, that person absolutely feels the exact same way for you. Whatever you feel like is just you feeling it, no, that person is feeling it too, okay? Because they're part of your soul tribe. You two have probably had many lives together, many relationships and connections together that have kind of bound your souls, so to speak. I don't know why I feel guided to see that, but you're kind of bound to one another to find each other again and again, to help each other grow in every single lifetime, okay? And some of you may not have seen each other in past lifetime. Maybe it's one of those like, okay, well, we just missed each other or things like that. But if you do feel that very strong pull towards that person, like that spiritual pull, which, we don't feel it towards everybody. It's just very few people that happens with. And when we do feel that, it is because Spirit is trying to, because you internally, that person is for you, or that person is meant to be in your life for a specific reason. Okay. So, I love my food loves me. Yeah. So I feel that some of you have not been eating properly. Okay. You have to eat better food. And it's funny, this angel here that had this, bountiful basket full of like fruits and vegetables. I think that the Spirit is really calling on you to make better choices in food, because if you're not eating properly, then you're not going to be feeding your gut properly. And if you're not feeding your gut properly, then you're not feeding your brain properly. And if you're not feeding your brain properly, then you're not feeding your whole psyche in general. Okay. So everything really comes down to food. Make sure that you are indulging in good food. Okay. the last one that I have is the key to getting what I want is to ask for it. So I feel that some of you don't really know what you want. Internally, you do, but you know, when your head and your ego space are like, yeah, I don't really know if that's what I want, and right? But Spirit is saying, like, you know what you want and just ask for it. And when you ask for it and really know that that is for you, then, you know, Spirit will come through. It might not be in the time frame that you expected. It might be longer or earlier, but Spirit works in mysterious ways, right? The universe is really magical and works in mysterious ways. So that is all that I have for you, pile one. So thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope that this resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. I really would appreciate that, or even comment below. So thank you very much, and I am sending you lots of love and light. Okay, thanks very much, and I'll see you for pile two. Hello, beautiful souls, and thank you for joining me for pile two. So this is the reading for those of you that have picked the the peach clear quartz, or the peach quartz, not the peach clear quartz. I hope you are all doing very, very well today. So today I'm going to be using the Gilded Tarot, and then I will be bringing in a few other cards from some of the oracle decks that I have. Please keep in mind that the energies are interchangeable, okay? So I might be picking up on energies that are around you, okay? And definitely if I am talking about a he or a she, please do keep in mind that I'm basically just reading the energies that I see, but that the rules are definitely interchangeable, okay? So feel free to switch up the rules as they apply to your situation, okay? As always, please don't forget that this is a collective reading, so that means that I am picking up on a variety of different energies. Although you may have been drawn to this pile, maybe not every single message that is going to come out today is going to be for you. So just bear that in mind, okay? So take what resonates and leave the rest. And if this pile didn't resonate with you, then I suggest that you try another pile or another video, okay? And then of course, if you do want a more personal reading, you can absolutely request that. Just look in the description box below for my email, and I would be more than happy to do that for you. Okay, so there are 4 cards that we were waiting for. Okay. So just give me a few moments while I tune into the energies here. So you got the 7 of Swords upright, you got the Moon reverse, you got the Strength upright, and you got the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay. What's going on with my pile 2, Spirit? Okay, so for some of you, I'm feeling like there has just been something very major that you have found out, or something very major, excuse me, that has happened in your life recently, and it's causing you to reevaluate where you stand. I'm feeling that for some of you, like, you're really thinking about just leaving. Like just looking at new horizons and just taking all your, like, you're thinking about just taking all your shit and just walking out the door and being like, see you later, you know. For some of you, I feel that you're confused about what the right decision is. Like, should I stay or should I go? I'm hearing, right? I feel like you are at a bit of a standstill right now, because you feel like your whole world has kind of been turned upside down, okay? So something has happened in your life that has made you feel like your whole world is upside down. And although the Strength card is upright, you know, I'm drawn to this lion who's kind of got this chain around his neck. So it feels like you feel stuck, like this situation, or maybe And this is only for some of you, okay? You feel like a person or a woman has got you stuck, okay? This person can be a man or a woman, okay? Interchangeable. I do see a feminine energy here, so this is why I'm saying a woman, but it can be interchangeable because obviously we both have, you know, feminine and masculine energies within us. But I definitely feel like you have been feeling like this person is at your throat, or like you are so super stuck, because this person is like guiding you. She's like this person is really holding you back from being able to do your action, okay? So something is definitely holding you back right now, and you are absolutely in your head about it. You don't know what it is that you have to do. You don't know how to go forward. The Eight of Cups really talks about leaving things behind and looking at new horizons, and new beginnings. But I feel like this new beginning is not something that you wanted. It was kind of like thrust upon you, perhaps by this other person, that's kind of got you a super, super tight leash on you. Sorry, I felt the need to say that. So for some of you, you're a little whipped right now, so to speak, or you feel like it. Please don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying what's coming into my mind, okay? But for some of you, I definitely do feel like you are unable to make this decision because this person has very much got a very tight grip on you. And I don't know if this is about love. Like, this isn't necessarily telling me whether or not it's about love. But it definitely feels like someone has a hold on you, and like you want to get out of that situation, but you feel powerless to do that right now for some reason. You are absolutely powerless, but yet, you know, the strength card is upright, so that means that you do have the strength to do it. So I you know, for some of you, I'm getting that the only person that's really holding you back is yourself, because you don't believe you're strong enough, but really you are, right? So the only person that's standing in your way, perceivably, is yourself. Okay, so I see the moon here, I see the moon here, so a lot of confusion happening. I feel that some of you are having a real tough time sleeping, and it's funny, I'm drawn to this person here, and this person is a masculine, obviously, and he's kind of taken his, you know, his 5 swords and he's leaving, but he's just so unshaven and he just looks so rugged. So for some of you, I feel that you might have in the last little while, you might have a little bit of a rugged look, and maybe people have commented on that and you've kind of tried to just deflect and just say, oh, well, it's due to something else, when really it's because you're not getting enough sleep. You're just so confused. You really are up in your head about this situation and about what your next move is, and you're just really confused. But Spirit wants you to know that you have the strength. You have the strength. You are such a strong person, and you are going to get over it. But for now, you need to get more balanced, and you need to find a way to release this person who has such a tight hold on you, whatever that grip is relating to. I don't know. Again, as I mentioned, I don't know, they might have some blackmail on you. Who knows? For some people that might be applicable, right? They might have some shit on you, some dirty things on you. Just putting it out there. But okay. Yeah, I feel that you're standing in your own way right now. Really, the only person that's standing in your way is yourself. Because, I mean, realistically, like, yeah, this person has this leash on this lion, but if this lion wants to pounce, guess what? There ain't no way this person's gonna keep that leash, right? That person's not gonna be able to hold that lion back. So Spirit really wants you to know that you are a lion, and that you do have, like, you have a lot. You definitely have a lot to offer, and don't doubt yourself. So the last thing that I want to mention just before I get into the cards here from the shamanic healing is the 7 of Swords. And so I feel that some of you have just not been able to communicate properly. You've kind of withdrawn within yourself. You're not talking very much. You feel like you feel like you're unable to speak your truth, okay? You are absolutely unable to speak your truth. You are very wounded, you are very hurt, and you're unable to express that emotion, okay? And you feel like, even if I express it, what does it matter now? Like, it doesn't matter anymore. All these, most of these cups are kind of turned over. So what does it matter anyways, right? But it does matter. It matters for your own release. And so this emotional release actually came out. Okay, so we'll talk about this in just a moment. But I do want to have one other card, Spirit. So one other card for pile 2. What other cardinal messages do you have for pile 2? Okay, this one wanted to come out. Teaching. Okay, so I feel that you have a lot to learn. Okay, although some of you might be a little bit older, so I do see this tree, and obviously this tree has some very strong roots. I feel that although you might be older, you still have a lot to learn, okay? And I think you have a lot to learn about yourself, because some of you have repressed parts of yourself to try and please this person that was having this tight knit on you, right? And the other thing that I'm seeing here is that you guys absolutely need to release it, okay? Whether or not you have been releasing it, through tears, through emotions, through conversation, I feel that you absolutely have to release this emotional energy, and you probably don't entirely know how, or you're worried that if you release this, people might see you as being weak, or they might laugh at you. The other thing that I'm drawn to, and this actually came up in pile 1, so I'd suggest that maybe you check out the video for pile 1, because there might be some messages there for you as well. I definitely would like you to focus on your throat, your solar plexus, and on your heart chakra, as I mentioned in pile 1. I definitely do feel drawn to say that to pile 2 as well. So maybe you folks also have some imbalances, some blockages into your crown chakra as well, okay? So talking about the solar plexus, which is the yellow chakra there, I see a lot of yellow here in this tree, right? So, but these roots are almost not connected. So although this tree has these beautiful roots, which are like that root chakra, or sorry, the solar plexus chakra and the root chakra, because there is a little bit of red in here too. Although this tree has grown beautifully, it's almost like you've severed your attachment to your confidence, and you've severed your attachment to your security. And I don't know if you've done that, or whether this person has done that to you through their actions or through what they've done to you. But it definitely says that you have a lot more to learn, okay? You think that you know it all, but you don't, okay? You do have a lot more to learn. And you are going to learn, okay? You are going to learn. And whether that's someone coming into your life to teach you, or whether that's even you teaching yourself through, personal introspection, right? Whether you find the answers within yourself, the Spirit is definitely saying that you still have a lot to learn right now, and you are going to be learning through that emotional release. So you have to be able to release that emotion in order to be able to learn. And if you don't, you're just going to keep it bogged up inside, and guess what? It's not going to serve you or anybody else, okay? So if you want to move on, if you want to be able to be in your own strength without giving that strength to someone else, you absolutely have to release whatever the fuck you are feeling. So however you need to do it, okay? Obviously, try to avoid going down negative behavior or substance use. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying go drink your fucking face off. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that whatever you feel is you need, and that you need out of love, not out of fear, but whatever you feel that you need out of love to release that, then do it, right? Whether it's going out in nature, sitting under a tree, sitting by a tree, sitting on the grass, being by yourself. I see this guy, and he's kind of just going outside, or maybe just going outside for a walk, right? Maybe that's what it is that you need, and just making it a routine, making sure that you are consistently putting that, doing that every single day, so that you are focusing on that emotional release, because you absolutely have to do that. And I feel that for some of you, you've just been so sad. It's like I feel this wave of grief right into my heart chakra. You feel like you've just been backstabbed, You just worked so hard to do everything, and it just feels like you've been backstabbed, or like this person is just completely taken advantage of you all this time, I'm hearing. Like, and I've just been such an idiot. That's what I'm hearing. So so I just pulled 2 cards from the Answers with Angels, or Angel Answers. And on the bottom of the deck, we have listen to your intuition. So I feel like some of you have not been able to listen to that intuition of yours. Okay, look at this beautiful angel. She's holding this great big crystal ball, and this crystal ball is predominantly green. So I feel like you have not been able to listen to your intuition because your heart chakra is blocked right now. You are not ready to accept that information, okay? Or you're getting that information and you're just discrediting it because right now you are in a place of fear, okay? You're absolutely in a place of fear because you are not healed, and because you do need to release that. You do need to release all of these emotions that have been pent up in you for some time, I'm feeling, okay? So I feel like some of you have been going through this for a very, very long time, and just recently something has happened, like this tower moment happened, and you're like, holy crap. Like, it's like you were finally able to see things clearly, and see that this situation has never really served your highest true good and purpose, right? And that you've been taken advantage of. I keep feeling the need to say that, so I, you know, take it how it resonates. But the 2 cards that popped out of the Angel Answers deck was recovery and success. So guys, this is absolutely beautiful, okay? Like, look at this recovery one. I'm just so drawn to this because look at all this beautiful green. So Spirit is saying, like, you are going to recover, and you're going to be able to do it properly. And look, like, you just have so much abundance ahead of you, but you really have to focus on that healing. And look at this green. So you have to focus on opening your heart chakra, okay? And definitely, obviously, unblocking all of the other ones too that I mentioned to you. But your heart chakra is just super important because I feel like you guys have not had your heart chakra open for a very long time, okay? Or that it's been at an unbalance, you haven't been feeling fulfilled, you feel like you're not being true to yourself, or that the situation has not allowed you to be true to your own person, and maybe you felt like all these things that you want to say, that you've wanted to say, that you've wanted to do, have just been repressed because this person has just had such a tight knit on you. Again, it's just like, I'm just seeing like this woman with a whip just going, whoosh, you know, like, bow down, slave. I don't know why that's coming to me. I'm just, obviously, this is just pure imagery that I'm getting, but really Spirit is trying to say, like, you know, you have to go through this healing, and once you do, you are going to have success and recovery. So look at that. That's absolutely beautiful, okay? So I'm going to get for you a card from my Fairies Lenormand deck. So what messages do you have for pile 2, Spirit? Messages for pile 2. Messages for pile 2, this one. Oh, look at that. So the bouquet, okay? So that's appreciation. So although you feel like you're not being appreciated, I'll tell you that there is someone who definitely appreciates you and who definitely sees you as being this bountiful, beautiful bouquet of flower, right? Like, look, these flowers are like growing out of a rock. So like someone sees you as a miracle in their life. So regardless if this person didn't appreciate you or not, okay, just be mindful that there are people around you that do see you as a beautiful person, as a miracle, and you definitely have a lot of love around you, despite the fact that you may not know it personally. You do have a lot of love and appreciation around you, okay? So I'm gonna pull a card from the Journey of Love deck. So Spirit, do you have any other messages for pile 2? Messages for pile 2. What messages do you have for pile 2? Messages for pile 2. You want to come out, and I'm going to do one last shuffle, Spirit. So last shuffle, messages for pile 2. And this one. Okay. Okay, so we got Towering Magnificence and Sacred Convergence. Okay, so I feel that for some of you, you might be very religious, okay, and that some of your repressed emotions, some of your repressed feelings, not being able to speak your truth has been perhaps because of this faith, because of the expectations that everybody else has on you in your community or in your family, okay? So some of you have not been able to do that because of your family. And look at this blue again, blue, blue, blue. I'm just seeing blue kind of everywhere. I definitely feel like you guys have your throat chakra that's absolutely blocked. So there are definitely some obstacles that are kind of ahead of you, but look at you, like, you know, it's really a matter of perception, I'm hearing, right? So you might perceive it to be as an obstacle, but look, on the other side, it's actually like this beautiful place that you could go to and you know, just, it's like almost like heaven, right? So despite the fact that the road ahead looks like, you know, it's full of obstacles and full of blocks, it's really about changing your perception, I'm hearing Spirit saying to me right now. So change your perception, and then you're going to be able to see that actually it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be, okay? So maybe all of this, you see this as just like, oh my God, like, you know, my life is a mess, like how am I going to be able to get out of this? But Spirit is saying like, no, this had to happen in order for you to be able to fulfill your highest and your truest self. So this is a learning, this is something that is going to teach you. So this situation is playing such a huge critical role in your teaching, in your growing, in your ascension, okay? So Spirit is definitely saying to you that you need to change your point of view and stop being so negative, because this is part of your life lesson, okay? You were meant to go through this because, well, number one, you're strong enough to go through this, and you were meant to go through this because there is something better, I'm hearing, okay? There is something better for you, and you absolutely do deserve something better, and it will come into your life, I'm hearing soon, okay? So don't don't lose hope, pile 2, okay? It is coming. Although again, you might have to do a little bit of healing, and you know, healing isn't always something that's pleasant, right? Healing isn't necessarily pleasant. It can be very, very painful, and only through that pain do we actually learn, right? Well, because I mean, you know, if it was too easy, then why would you remember it? And we remember pain, and that's one thing, that's a trigger, right? So pain is a trigger. We remember pain. We remember how we felt during that pain, and that's why it is important to make sure that you are healed and that you are going through whatever it is that you have to go through in order to move forward and ascend, okay? So on the bottom of the deck, I have serendipity, so I have 18, which is a 9, and this is a 9 as well too. Just wanted to mention it to you guys. Okay, so 9 and 9, so definitely you're going into a new path, okay? Something new is coming into your life, but look at this. You have this beautiful clover, so despite the fact that you might feel like you're just like, you know, kind of like, you know, I don't know why Spirit is telling me to say this, but despite the fact that you might feel like you're hammering in the dark, you're hammering nails in the dark, okay, it is for a greater purpose. It's actually happening, okay? And so in this card, I do see this feminine energy, and she's kind of like taking a leap of faith. So Spirit might be calling on you to take a leap of faith. You might have been thinking about doing something for a while, and maybe you this situation has been going for a while and you haven't been sure whether or not you should be taking that leap of faith. And Spirit is saying, I will be with you, you know, the whole time. So yeah, that leap of faith, that's really me trying to give you a cup, and or like, you know, I'm trying to give you a gift, and you've been pushing it away and pushing it away. And now it's time for you to reach for that gift and actually take it, okay? Because now is the time for you to make that move. So, oh my gosh, look at this. So new life and flexible, okay? So guys, yeah, like you are going to get out of this. Recovery, success, right? You are absolutely going to get out of this shitty situation, okay? And you know, you're going to feel like a brand new person, which is beautiful. And there's that 9 again, 9. Now I know like it doesn't make 9, but just like we have like kind of 9s all over the place here. So so changes are happening, but you are moving into ascension, okay, which is beautiful because you know, obviously 9 is the number closest to 10, and 10 reduces back to 1. So you know, what spirit is really calling on you though is to really be flexible with this new start. Okay, it might not be something that you're expecting. It might not be it might not be what exactly you're expecting, but spirit is really saying like be flexible, because you do have a new life coming. Although it might not be up to exactly how you expect it, you are going to be happy. You are going to be happy and you are going to shine. Okay, like, so look at this person, you know, like they're doing like a backflip on this egg that's on this like flat surface, like on this beautiful green background. So I feel like, yeah, your new life is going to happen, is going to be put into place as soon as you start opening those chakras, especially that heart chakra. You start opening that chakra, you will be able to go into that beautiful new life. Okay. The other thing that I'm drawn to is just the orange in this card. Okay, so I feel like there's gonna be, and this is just for some of you, you're gonna have some really nice sexual adventures. I don't know why I'm saying that. Just again, I'm feeling drawn to say that. But for some of you, you're gonna have some very pleasurable sexual adventures, whether it's with you know, your next person or whoever, right? You're gonna have some really fulfilling sexual adventures that will help you grow. So take that however it resonates. Okay, maybe it's just a matter also of being creative, because like the sacral chakra is not necessarily just about sex. Well, I mean, it is very important, but it's also about creativity. So it might be that, you know, you might have to tap into your creativity and be flexible in order to be able to experience this new life fully. Okay, so yeah, you're going through a healing process right now. You absolutely have to let yourself heal before you continue, because yeah, you have to be able to balance yourself out. And, you know, I'm just hearing self-worth. So, guys, like, I just want you to know that, you know, our confidence, it takes tolls, you know, as we go through life, as we go through experiences, right? But you have to be true to yourself and you know, to who you really are. And some of you, I'm feeling like you don't even really know who you are, because I don't know why I keep getting drawn back to this lion and to this lady. I feel like this lion doesn't even know that it's a lion, because if it knew it was a lion, then it would just, you know, get on and get the fuck out, basically, right? And wouldn't just keep staying in this lady's grip. So I feel like, you know, you've been conditioned to feel like you are not good enough, or like you've been conditioned to feel like you are just a little cat, right? You're just a little cat, but really you're fucking lion. Like, you have everything you need to be able to get out of this situation. It's just the perceived control that is kind of holding you back right now. And I mean, you know, there might be some other things that are holding you back, right? For some, I'm hearing financial stability. For some of you, and again, this is just for some, I am getting, okay, that you might feel like this person holds the reins super tight on your finances. Okay, so this is just for some of you. Just take it however it resonates. So so Spirit, any other messages for pile 2? Messages for pile 2. Messages for pile 2. Okay, some wants to come in. Acceptance. Okay, so yeah, and look at this knight. He's wearing green. Okay, so yeah, you have to accept it. I feel that some of you have not wanted to accept what's kind of been happening, and I feel that some of you have, you know, some of you have accepted it by putting yourself down. Okay, you've accepted the situation and you've thought, well, I don't deserve anything less. You know, why would I, you know, why would I change now? Like, this is what I deserve. I've fucked up. I've done my fair share of things, you know, perhaps. And so whatever, like, you know, but Spirit is saying, like, You don't need to accept the situation for what it is. You don't need to accept that someone else has control on you. You just need to accept yourself. You need to accept yourself and step into your self-worth. And then you will see that these chains will magically disappear, okay? You will realize how much of a lion you are as soon as you step into your self-acceptance and self-love, okay? I'm hearing self-love, self-love. Yes, Spirit, I'm going to make sure I say that. Okay, so I'm going to get one card from Work Your Light. I forgot what the name of this deck was in pile 1, and now I remember. So, okay. So, Spirit, do you have any other messages for pile 2? This one. Share your voice. Yeah, okay. So, going back to what I was saying about, and look, and I wasn't even gonna show you this, but on the bottom of the pile, and I just felt like I had to because obviously it absolutely goes in line with the theme is unbound, okay? Releasing soul pattern contracts and past lives, okay? So I do feel, again, I was saying like you guys have been conditioned to feel like you're a little cat, but really it's because you've just been feeling so bound. And like, look, there's a moon here, there's a moon here, there's a moon here, okay? So give yourself a few months and the situation will improve, okay? Spirit is saying, but you really have to unbind yourself. And how do you do that? By sharing your voice, okay? Talk about your emotions. Like, look at this. This is a beautiful card, right? So it shows this lady who's in this cave, and all this like beauty and excitement seems to be happening outside of that cave. And so she's kind of stuck here in between this water. But really, again, that's a perceived barrier. That's you perceiving that as a barrier. These are your emotions. These are your feelings. You are not sharing them. And so Spirit is really calling on you to say, you want to get out of the situation? Share your voice. Talk about it. Don't just accept things for who they are. Don't accept things as they are, thinking that you have no power over them. You absolutely have power. And you have to share your voice, and you have to talk out your emotions. Now, of course, it's not to say that you have to, be rude to people or completely discredit people, but I think it's really about sharing your voice in a way that I'm hearing sharing your voice in a way that you are being true to your higher self. Okay, so if you're a loving person, well, it might be hard for you to speak your truth, but speak it in a way that you're not going to be untruthful to yourself. So speak it in a loving way, right? There are so many beautiful ways and nice ways to tell someone to fuck off, right? I just wanted to say that. So yeah, there are definitely other ways that you can share your voice, but it doesn't have to be in a way that hurts someone or in a way that is just malicious and just vile, right? But you absolutely have to unbind yourself from the situation. You are absolutely bound. So it's funny I said bound, okay? But Spirit is saying to you, like, you absolutely have to release this situation because it is not serving you, and things are not going to get better, okay? Because if you go right back to, right back to your leash here, okay? If you go right back to the leash, guess what? You're not growing, you're not learning. It's going to go round and round, and you're going to just be more and more and more frustrated with the situation, okay? So you have the power to unbind yourself. You are in your strength, but you're too much in your head, I'm hearing, okay? You're too much in your head and not enough in your strength, okay? So Spirit is saying to you, get out of your head, okay? Speak your voice, speak your truth the way that you have to, and get out of this situation as soon as possible, okay? So Spirit, do you have any other final messages or pieces of advice for pile 2? So messages or pieces of advice for pile 2. Okay, last shuffle, Spirit. Anything else for pile number 2? Okay, and this one. Okay. So let's see. All right. So when in doubt, I choose to see peace. Yeah. So I feel that some of you have not seen peace in a while, and you're like, when am I going to be able to see that peace? But I think that you have to choose that, right? And again, that peace is really about you speaking your truth. You're not going to be able to make peace until you speak that truth. If you are not speaking your truth, well, guess what? That's going to keep, like boiling and boiling inside of you until it's just going to come out as vomit, and it's not going to serve you or anybody else for that matter, right? So the more you repress these feelings, the more you hold them in, the more you don't share your voice, the more you are doing yourself harm. Okay, so Spirit is saying you have to release it. Okay, I begin my day with love. Okay, so this card to me really means that, instead of holding on to things from the night before or things from the past, try and move on and don't let those things affect your day. I mean, yeah, I know easier said than done, obviously, right, when I don't exactly know what your particular situation is. But what I would recommend to you, and this is something that, and this is just my own opinion and something that I felt that has helped me, is beginning my days with daily affirmations. And this is really just daily affirmations. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Some are even shorter than that if you don't have that much time. But what I do is like when I wake up, I'll basically put my headphones in and I'll listen to this daily affirmation and I'll repeat after it in my head. And it just helps to ground me and to put myself into a place of love, despite everything else that I may have gone through the day before, or maybe through the night, whatever the case may be, right? It does kind of help me to balance myself and really step into my emotions and step into my strength, so that I'm not allowing my emotions and potentially any kind of instability I may be having to affect the way that I treat others. Okay, or the way that I respond to situations. Okay, so I feel guided to say that. So look at daily affirmations. I'm not gonna recommend any specific ones. There's so many different ones that you can find either on iTunes or even on YouTube, right? Whatever speaks to you, definitely go for it. But you should definitely think about starting your day off with some good affirmations that remind you of that love, that remind you of that self-care that you need to do for yourself. Okay, I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. Yeah, so I feel that some of you have not been able to make those decisions because you have been blocked. Okay, because you're absolutely feeling trapped, because you're bound, and because, well, like your throat, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, and your crown chakra are blocked right now. Okay, so you're not able to really tap into that intuition. I feel though that some of you have been getting information from the universe, as I mentioned, I think just earlier, but you've kind of been discrediting them because you're not in a good place right now. You're like, oh, whatever, like that's just that's just whatever, like the back of my head talking shit, whatever. You're not really asserting them to be information from the divine. You just think that it's the other part of your brain that's talking crap, but it really is. They are messages from the divine. And not only that, but remember, when you choose not to tap into your intuition and you choose to tap into your ego instead, you are making decisions based out of fear. So intuition and power, it's really about stepping into that self-love. Okay, once you step into that self-love, you will see how much higher, how much louder your intuition is, and how much more your power and your strength are. So it's funny, we have power and strength there. Okay, so it's really about self-love. Stepping into that self-love will help you gain back your strength. Okay, the strength that's been taken away from you. And then I let go and allow the universe to do her thing. Okay, so although some of you have been bound, so to speak, by this person or this situation, I feel that some of you are a little bit of control freaks too. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I think that in terms of being able to get rid of the situation, you have probably also tried to control certain aspects, and it hasn't worked very well because, well, at the end of the day, guess who's got the control? It ain't you. It's this person, whoever that person is, or this situation, whatever that is, right? Again, this is a very general reading, so I'm just picking up on the energies from the cards, right? But I think that, again, acceptance, right? I let go, acceptance. You have to let go of those parts of you that you apparently hate, that you think are not good enough. Like, no, you have to say, like, fuck that. They are good enough. I fucking am good enough. I am good enough, and I am going to be able to do this. And you are strong. Okay, so step back into your power. Don't let that person or this situation make you feel like you're being strangled, okay? Like you have to be able to, you have to try and release your control. And really, by releasing control, you are allowing more self-love and you are allowing more self-acceptance. And so everybody is happy at the end of the day. Well, maybe not this person, maybe you, but not this person, because, you know, she's not going to have any more lions on the end of her chain. So who knows? And she might be able to go and get another line. Who knows? Yeah, so that is what I have for you, pile 2. I really hope it's resonated. If it hasn't, I do suggest that you pick up, you know, another, you pick another crystal, another card reading, or check out any additional videos. So thank you very much. And please do let me know, share, like, subscribe if it has, you know, resonated with you. I really do want to hear from you. So thanks very much, and I will see you soon in pile number 3. Okay, so hello, pile number 3. Those of you that have picked the Stonehenge crystal, thank you for joining me. I hope you're all doing wonderful. As I'm saying that, I'm hearing beautiful sounds of birds singing outside. God, I love that. Spring is coming. Yay. Okay. Oh, what happened here? Oh, it's kind of strange. My deck was bubbling. That's interesting. Okay, so pile number 3. What's going on with my pile number 3, Spirit? What is going on with my pile number 3, Spirit? Okay, let's see. Oh, pile number 3. Okay, you got the 5 of Swords. Got the 2 of Cups in reverse. The 9 of Swords. And the Sun in reverse. Okay. So give me just a few moments while I tune into these energies here. Okay. So, although I said that, you know, these readings weren't necessarily going to be about love, I feel like every single reading today has been about love. So there's a lot of emotions going on in the collective. So I'm sending you all lots of love and light and healing, just in general. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from this card, okay? So for some of you, I feel that you are absolutely head over heels someone, okay? And you have had many sleepless nights thinking about this person and maybe obsessing about this person a little bit. Some of you, okay? Don't get all up, you know, up my grill if that's not you, but for some of you, you've definitely been having some trouble sleeping because you were thinking about this connection and how to move forward with it. I'm hearing how to move forward with this connection. So you might not know, you might be wondering how this person is feeling and if they're feeling the same for you. And you're just, you know, you want to see this beautiful future with this person, but for some of you, you also feel like in order to get to that beautiful future, you're going to have to do a little bit of harm in your current life, or that someone else is going to suffer tremendously if you go ahead and cut them out and move towards this new direction, this new decision, okay? Now, for others of you, I'm hearing that this is not necessarily about a new love, but this is about your current love. So some of you are just not feeling it anymore with your current partner. You just are not feeling it. And, you know, it's almost like unrequited love where something has happened. You feel like there's been just total chaos and just like sheer destruction over time. I'm feeling like, obviously it's not something that happened just now, but maybe for some of you it has, right? Maybe something that you found out, whatever the case may be. But I feel that some of you are thinking about how you can end this so that you can move forward. And at the end of the day, you know, I feel that some of you are worried about the harm that you're going to do to someone else. But at the end of the day, I think that you have to be a little bit selfish. I know this is going to be like really odd advice, but you have to be selfish. You have to be true to yourself, okay? I'm hearing that if you don't feel it with this person, or if you're feeling it with someone else, regardless of whatever situation it is, you have to be true to yourself, okay? Because if you're not true to yourself, guess what? You are just going to have a buildup of resentment and do you honestly feel like you're going to be able to sleep better? I can tell you that it ain't going to get better if you keep going down this path. So at some point, yeah, some people might need to get hurt, and some people might need to experience a little bit of heartbreak, but I'm hearing it's for the greater good. It's for you to be able to be in your power and to be going down the path that you're meant to be. And right now, some of you just don't know what that path is, right? Like, you know that you are meant for success, I'm hearing. You know that, and you know, some of you probably have some very important jobs, very high status jobs, right? So you probably do. I feel that for some of you, you hold a lot of the financial stability, and you're worried that you walking away will unbalance the situation at home, okay? Where you walking away and taking those finances with you might cause other people issues, okay? So you're in a bit of a rut for sure, okay? Now, with the Two of Cups, in the reverse, it could mean either that, you're unsure how this person that you've been thinking about is feeling about you, or that you are not feeling good about the person that you are with right now, okay? One or the other, and you just feel like you thought you were meant to be, but really, like, now something's made you realize that no, actually you're not meant to be together, and you're trying to understand how you can detach yourself from that situation and still be victorious, so that people don't see you as a total jerk, and that it can be for the greater good of everybody, I'm hearing, right? So I think that some of you are very, very torn, have had a lot of sleepless nights, and you're really unable to determine what steps you have to take next. So yeah, this is really heavy energy, guys, that I'm getting right now. So yeah, some of you have been plagued almost by the thought of this other person. You've been plagued by it, and you're like, why do I have to keep thinking about this person? Why can't I stop thinking about this person? If I move towards this person, I'm gonna have to cause so much pain towards the people that are currently in my life, and I don't want to do that. But a part of you also knows, if it really is about another person, a part of you also knows that you can't live without this other person, and this other person feels like is divinely guided to you, or was divinely brought to you. So yeah, I feel that you're not ready to express your love for this person, but you definitely have a lot of love for them. You're just worried about what you're going to leave in the midst of, okay, all these came out, what you're going to leave in the midst of all this change. You're worried about what you're going to leave behind, okay, and how that's going to impact the people that are currently in your life, or what those people are going to think about you after you have done this. What is everybody going to think? Okay, I feel that you are really worried about what other people think of you. Okay, you worry that you're not good enough. You worry that you haven't done enough. And I think that the reason why you keep worrying about everybody else is because you're not focused on yourself. Okay, you are absolutely not focused on yourself. You're focused on what other people's needs are, and I think that this is why you're so worried. Well, what's everybody else gonna do? Well, you know what? Everybody else is gonna have to figure it out. I'm sorry to say, you don't have to take care of everybody else. I'm sorry, unless you have, you know, kids. Well, then that's a different story. You're gonna have to take care of those kids, but those kids are gonna be resilient. And guess what? If you're not happy, if the atmosphere is not happy at home, they're gonna feel it, okay? And they are going to absolutely feel it, and then they are going to hold you responsible for it later on in life and say, why the hell didn't you do anything? Okay? Just putting it out there for whoever needs to hear that, okay? So, all right, yeah, so there are some major changes happening right now, okay? And so I'm sorry, because I know that I'm talking a lot, so I don't really explain the cards that have come out. So we got anger here, we got slow but steady, burden, and transformation, okay? I almost feel like I want to interchange these. Yeah, I want to do that because then it makes more sense, okay? So right now, you're very, very angry with the situation. Whatever has happened, you feel like it has been unfair to you, okay? This card speaks to me because there's 2 leaves here and 1 leaf there. And so it speaks out to me because on the background is a little bit of like a yellow, but more like so orange. So I feel that maybe there may have been a third party situation for some of you, not everybody. There may have been a third party situation, okay? And you just feel very, very angry. You feel left out. You feel like this is completely caused you to be unbalanced. You know, you feel like this is a burden for you to bear, and you really want to move towards a new person or a new beginning, but you're unsure how to do it, okay? So that's what I'm hearing right now. Spirit is trying to say that, yeah, you are going to get into that transformation. You're moving towards there, and look at this caterpillar kind of like walking on this tree branch. So yeah, you are moving towards there, slow but steady, just like this card here. And this card, I'm really drawn to the water here. So I do feel that some of you have been in your headspace a lot. Some of you may have cried a lot, and that's okay because you need to release that, okay? At the end of the day, you have to be able to release your emotions. Otherwise, they're going to be pent up inside of you and just cause more anger and more resentment, okay? And that's not good for you. That's not good for your overall for your overall body, okay? None of those are good enough. But with this burden card, you know, you feel like the burden is yours to bear alone, okay? But with Spirit, and Spirit is trying to say that although you feel like you don't have the strength, like you absolutely do have the strength, and you will find the strength within you to be able to move on. It'll be slow, but you will get there, okay? And you are going to transform. But again, you have to be able to put the work into it, okay? If you're not willing to heal, if you're not willing to explore that shadow side of you, and for some of you, I'm really guided to say, like, stop fucking caring what other people think so much, because I feel like some of you are just all up in your head about, well, what's this person gonna think, and what's this person gonna think, and what's this person gonna think? You know what? Fuck people. At the end of the day, like, if they are your true friends, they're gonna see when you are in your happiness and when you're not, okay? And when you are in your happiness, they are going to appreciate you for that, okay? You know, it's funny because it's really in hard times that we really realize who our true friends are, right? So you'll know that the people that kind of discredit your actions is people that, you know, think you're a jerk, you know, a bitch, and an asshole, whatever the case may be. Those people, you know, either they're going to come around later on once they see that you're happy, and they'll be like, you know what, yeah, you did make the right decision. Yeah, you know, maybe at first you're not going to think that you did, but then after, once they see that you're happy and once they see the transformation, they'll say, yeah, like, you know, you did make the right decision. And then there's other people that are just going to walk away from you because you made that decision. And you know what? You probably didn't need those fucking people in your life to begin with. So sorry, this is just for whoever needs to hear that, okay? I feel that some of you are really stuck on this idea of, you know, portraying this like beautiful picture to everybody and making sure that everybody is okay with what you're doing. No, actually, the only person that really matters is yourself, I know this sounds terrible, but really, if you're happy, you're going to be able to exude that happiness, and everything around you will kind of fall into place. So really, Spirit is calling on you to stop caring about what other people are going to think and really decide for yourself where it is that you want to go. Because I feel that some of you don't even really know where you want to go. Okay, what do you want to do? What do you feel is right to do? And not out of place of fear, out of place of love. Okay, so if everybody, just for a moment, do me a favor, if everybody in your life was gone, okay, and if your decision wasn't going to impact anybody, what decision would you be making? Okay, that's the decision that you need to think on. Okay, that is a decision that you have to make. Okay, because that is the decision that you are making out of a place of self-love, not out of a place of fear, because fear is, oh my God, what's this person going to think? And what's going to happen to this person if I do this and if I do that? No. Okay, no. As terrible as this is going to sound and as cold as this is going to sound, you have to be selfish here. Okay, because I feel like you've just been so busy making everybody else happy. You've just been so busy, and in doing that, you've lost a part of yourself. Like some of you probably don't even know who you are anymore. And probably that's why you don't know if this person cares for you. You don't know if you're worthy enough, of this person. But Spirit is saying, yeah, you are worthy enough. But you know what? In the process of trying to make everybody else happier, you've forgotten who you are. So you've placed that burden on yourself. And you've done that by not being able to speak your truth and by really just focusing on making everybody else happy except for yourself. Okay, so Spirit is really saying that needs to change, and it is going to change slowly, but surely it is going to change, and you are going to step back into your power. Okay, so I am going to get a card from Healing with the Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael, what advice do you have for pile number 3? Okay. Do you have any other pieces of advice for pile number? This one wants to come out, and this one wants to come out. Okay, so lots of advice for you guys today, which is great. I am loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, so let's see. First card, alternative medicine. Okay, so yeah, I feel that some of you definitely do need to do some energy healing. Okay, not necessarily like pills, medication. No, like try and stay away from that. Obviously, if you don't need that, but go towards something that is energy healing, something like Reiki, sound healing. I swear, like I've been saying that for almost every single pile because some of these messages have been coming across. So really do look for signs and messages like to validate the best path that you need to take in order for you to go towards your well-being. Okay, because I definitely feel like some of you have been imbalanced. Unconditional joy. Okay, I think that some of you have not been able to feel that unconditional joy for such a long time, and maybe the only time you are able to feel that unconditional joy is either with children or with animals, and that's beautiful, right? Like animals are absolutely great to have, and they're just always there, and they're just so cute, and they just make you so happy, right? I love animals. I love my doggy too. He's the best. So, do whatever you need to do to feel happy. And if you really think, and for some of you, I'm just getting this across, well, I have nothing that makes me happy right now. Yeah, well, if that's the case, then you absolutely need to call upon your higher self or call upon your spirit guides and your angels to help you appreciate everything that you have right now, okay? So remember, joy and happiness isn't really about having everything. It's really about appreciating what you have, okay? Those small things that we take for granted every day, like being able to wake up and breathe, okay? That's something that we take advantage every day. Having water, being able to have food, being able to have a job, all of those things, however small they may seem, once you start appreciating that, you're going to start feeling that unconditional joy. And so that's going to tap into your own self-worth. Okay. Home health and forgiveness heals. Okay. Yeah. So I feel that there is a lot of healing again for pile number 3 that needs to happen. I feel that there's been a lot of tumultuous trials and tribulations happening on the home front. Okay. I feel that some of you feel absolutely powerless to be able to do anything, but really Spirit is saying you have the ability to do it. And if you don't, make sure that you're calling upon your spirit guides, angels, and your ancestors, because although, you know, whether or not you believe in this, okay, I'm just telling you, okay, we all have spirit guides, and we have guardian angels, and we have ancestors that help us propel us towards our highest good and towards the path that we are meant to take in life. Okay, so there are no coincidences. Okay, there really are no coincidences. Really, it's fate. That's what it is. Okay, so it's really about you calling upon those higher realms to be able to help you continue. Okay, when you feel like there's nobody else, when you feel like you have nothing else, you have no more energy, call upon that higher guidance, and you know, it's absolutely amazing. Just the signs that will be shown to you, or the things that you will feel, you know, feeling, you know, like tingling on your body is almost like a hug from your spirit guide or from your angel. It's just so beautiful. So make sure that you call upon them. I think that this message is also for you to remember that you do have higher realms there waiting for you to ask for help. Some of you, I feel like you're not very good at asking for help. You're just very stubborn, I'm hearing, okay, and you don't want to ask for help, but everybody needs help. And again, for this pile, I'm getting, we all need somebody to lean on. Okay, so maybe even some music might help you guys. Okay, and then the last card that I got is forgiveness heals. Okay, so I definitely feel that you guys have a lot to forgive, and a lot that has happened, but just remember, forgiving it doesn't mean that you're saying, oh, it's okay and I don't care, right? That's not what forgiving means. Forgiving means that I accept it, and I'm no longer going to let it affect the way that I think or that I behave. Okay, that's what forgiveness is. And forgiveness isn't for that other person, it's for yourself. When we forgive someone, we're not giving them that forgiveness. We are giving that forgiveness to ourselves so that we can remember that we no longer have to let it control the way that we behave, okay? Because we have now healed from it. So I think that for some of you, you definitely have a lot of forgiveness to give, and you have to step into that. You have to step into your forgiving nature, and I do feel that you know, for the most part, you're a very kind individual. You're a very giving individual, right? And some of you might feel like, you know, you're being taken advantage of by others, right? But I do feel that you absolutely have to step into your heart chakra and to be able to forgive, because otherwise you're not going to be able to move on, okay? And you're not going to be able to transform. So this definitely calls upon you to heal, okay? You absolutely need to do some healing. And how do you do that is by, you know, trying to get some alternative medicine. So Reiki as an example, okay? Being thankful for everything that you have every single day, no matter how small those things may seem or how insignificant they may seem. Asking for help from the higher realm when you feel like you don't know which way to go, okay? Your angels, your spirit guides and your ancestors are there for you, okay? Regardless whether you see them, whether you feel them, they're always there, okay? And then the last one is through forgiveness, okay? Through giving that forgiveness. And I think that forgiveness is kind of forgiveness is a life lesson that we all need to learn, okay? I think that most of us struggle with this forgiveness, and really this forgiveness is because of our ego, okay? This forgiveness is because of our ego, and ego saying, well, no, right? All of those like thoughts and just, you know, downplaying the positivity of being able to accept this forgiveness and being able to give this forgiveness, not for that person again, but for your own self and self-healing, okay? So just before I get to the bottom of the deck here, let's just see what you have. So leap, you go first, the universe will catch you, and share your voice. So I feel that some of you, again, with this Nine of Swords here and with this Two of Cups, you've been thinking about going towards that person. You've been thinking so much about that person. Like, it's literally, this person is like, they're following you anywhere you go, and you're like, oh my gosh, can I please have a moment like by myself in my head without this person popping up? This is just for some people I'm getting, okay? Again, a lot of moon vibes here, okay? So give yourself a few months to be able to heal, okay? But what Spirit is saying is that you know, if you have been thinking about that person, you know, nonstop and how to move forward with them, and again, this is just for those of you that have, Spirit is saying for you, yeah, take that leap, because you know what? It's going to be the best fucking decision you've ever made in your life. And it's definitely going to help you to heal, and it's going to help you to grow as a person. Okay. It's absolutely going to make you, and I don't really like to say this because, you know, it's not like, well, I'm a better person because of this person. But in this case, I have to say it. But this person, you know, they are going to be able to help you heal and become a better person. So that is very beautiful. So Spirit is saying, yeah, take that leap of faith, okay? And that, you know, whatever happens, the universe is going to be there to catch you, okay? But whatever happens, remember, it's part of your life lesson, okay? It's a lesson that you have to take, okay? The other one that you got here was share your voice. And this has been coming up, I swear, like in pretty much every single reading I've been doing. I feel like a lot of you guys are just not sharing your voice. You're not able to express those emotions. So Spirit is saying, express those emotions, take a leap of faith, okay? Because that is part of your healing. And you know, you're going to be able to have this beautiful, beautiful life ahead of you. So, you know, just don't stop doubting yourself. Stop being so much in your head about it, because Spirit does have some great things in store for you, and you are absolutely worthy. So make sure that you work on your own self-care and your own self-love, and on your healing. And once you take that leap, guess what? Like, and once you share that voice and take that leap, Spirit will be there, and you will be happy with the results. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I see soul family, and I really do feel that some of you have been calling. Excuse me, I'm just getting over this cold. So some of you have been feeling very alone, and you know, not knowing, some of you have actually called in that soul family. You may have met someone just very recently that you just feel so drawn to, right? You feel like it's like instant recognition, like you know that person's meant to be in your life, and you know you've shared something with that person in previous lifetimes, right? So they are part of your soul family, and they're really there to help you grow as a person, okay? So if you do feel like that towards certain people, you know, the chances are that they probably feel the exact same way towards you, okay? Like, look at these women, like they're absolutely mirroring each other. And it doesn't have to be a woman, it doesn't have to be a man. It can be like man, woman, you know, whatever, man, whatever the case. But Spirit is saying, like, you have called in on this soul family, and maybe you've met someone, like I said, that you felt very drawn to, or that you felt, you know, like instant recognition, or it was one of those like, oh, have we met before? And then it's like, no, like not in this lifetime, but I know for sure we've met in previous lifetimes, right? So that person is really there to help you take that leap, and to help you share your voice, and to really help you step into your power. So Spirit is saying you don't have to do it alone. So either call in your soul family, whoever you know that this person is, that, you know, is part of your soul family. Again, it doesn't have to be like a romantic person. It can be a friend, like whoever you feel comfortable with, whoever you've had that innate recognition with, they're probably part of that soul family, right? And Spirit is saying, like, whether or not they're there yet, or like if they haven't come in yet, like, you know, call upon your higher guidance and the higher realms. Okay, so I'm going to have one more card for you guys here, or I'm going to use one more deck here. This is the Miracles Now deck, okay? So, Spirit, what other messages do you have for Pile 3? Messages for Pile 3. Okay, so these ones wanted to come out. Let's just do it again. Messages for Pile, okay? Messages for Pile 3. Okay, last shuffle, Spirit. Messages for Pile 3. Okay, and this one. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Got lots of messages, guys. Okay, when I've overshared, I simply say, wait, why am I talking? So it's funny because some of you are having trouble expressing your voice, and some of you, like, because you're having trouble expressing your voice, you start going on a rant about like other crap that is like totally not related. So just be mindful who you share your information with. Okay, not everybody's going to use that information for your highest good. Okay, I definitely feel that for some people you need to claw back that communication, as terrible as it sounds, but claw back meaning like, not like don't talk to them, but really just give them the bare minimum. So have a very lawyer-like attitude where they're asking you a question and you're really only answering that question without giving them any additional information, because they really don't need to know all of that, right? So just be mindful of what you are sharing and who you are sharing it with, okay? Stillness is the key to success. Yeah, so I definitely feel that you guys need to take some time out a little bit, maybe in nature, to experience that stillness so that you are able to step into your true power and to really step into your own strength, okay, and self-love. When I allow others to support me, I support them too. Yeah, so I feel that some of you have been focused way too much on supporting others and not really allowing others to support you in turn. You might feel like, well, you know, what can they actually do for me? They would never be able to understand. No, others doesn't necessarily mean have to be like person. It can be your higher realms, your spirit guides, your angels, right? But really this calls upon you to allow anybody that wants, so if people want to come in and help you, allow them to, okay? Like don't deny that person. Like obviously they have to like genuinely want to come in and help you and not to like try and backstab you, obviously, or blackmail you. But you know, we know when someone is being genuine, right? Like I feel that you are a fairly intuitive individual and that you are able to tap into that. Maybe you haven't been able to tap into your intuition very lately because like I said, you've kind of been blocked, but you know, we generally know who has our best interests at heart and who doesn't. So if those people come in and want to support you, then allow them to, okay? Sleep is a spiritual practice. Yeah, sleep, something that you probably haven't been able to do in a very long time. So Spirit is calling on you to really get some rest, okay? You absolutely need to try and do whatever it takes to get some rest. Whether it's, you know, taking some time off from work, because I feel that some of you are a little bit burdened by work as well, okay, where you feel like you're making progress at work, but maybe you're not really. So that's just like as a side note for whoever needed to hear that. I don't know why I felt drawn to say that, but Spirit is definitely saying you absolutely need to sleep, okay? And maybe some of you have been doing a little bit of why see, like now, like my throat chakra is like so maybe some of you have been downloading some information from the 5D world. Maybe you've even been I know this is gonna sound weird, but maybe you've even been meeting this person that you're thinking about in your dreams, okay? And that is very, very possible, okay? It might be a twin flame, okay? Although I tend to be very, very, you know, skeptical of utilizing that term. I feel that it might be with the 2 cups, okay, because you guys are kind of like meant to be, divinely guided to be, okay? And now take it as it resonates, okay, absolutely. But I feel that right now you feel like, you know, going to sleep, like you want to go to, part of you wants to go to sleep because you want to try and be able to see this person in your sleep, and some of you are just not able to sleep because you can't get this person out of your head. So oh my gosh, double-edged sword, guys. My eyes will see what I desire, okay? So I feel that, yeah, for some of you there is some desire here for this other person, and you know, and like really guys, like, you know, if this person desires you, you can tell it by the eyes. Like the eyes, I hate to say this, but like it just sounds so cliche, but it's the truth. The eyes are really the mirror to your soul. And you know, that first glance that you have with the person is just, you know, it just speaks so much. I know I've experienced it myself. I've only experienced it once, but and it was actually just fairly recently. And so, you know, the eyes are that's all I'm gonna leave that there. The eyes are the mirror to the soul, okay? So if you feel if you look at that person, and you feel it, and you're gonna feel them back, okay? If they really are meant for you, you're gonna know that they are, okay? And innately you will know when you look in this person's eyes how they feel about you, okay? You will absolutely know how they feel about you. Oh, that's making me that's making me a little bit nostalgic here. I can release ancient pain simply by feeling it. Okay, so this really does call on you to release that pain. You have so much pain, you have so much anger that you've been carrying. You have to be able to step into that moment so that you can allow it to flow, and you can allow it to be released, okay? As painful as it is, sometimes we have to relive things in order to truly feel those things and the impact those things have had on us, and in order for us to be able to heal, okay? And then the last card that you got here was, in order to awaken the world to the light, I must not be afraid to shine. Yeah, so I feel that some of you have repressed your ability to shine, and some of that is just relating to the imbalance that you've kind of been feeling, or maybe the fact that you're not getting enough sleep, right? So the other thing with this card is also, I think that some of you are very hard on yourselves. You're very much a perfectionist, and you want to make sure that you do everything to shine as, you have to shine in a certain way. But what Spirit is saying is, like, in order for people to notice you, in order for for you to be the light, you don't have to stick to, very straightforward standards. Just allow yourself to shine. And, I'm just hearing, like, this person, you are a shiny star to this person, okay? So they do feel closeness to you, okay? So so yeah, pile 3, that is what I have for you. So please make sure to let me know in the description box or in the comments whether or not this has resonated with you. If not, I do suggest that, you pick another pile, you check out another video, or you can always email me for a personal reading if you would like to do so. I'm absolutely open to those as well. So if this has not resonated with you, or if it has resonated with you, please do share your information in the comments in the description box below, or in the comment box below. I keep saying that, and I would love to hear from you. So thank you very much, pile 3. I am sending you lots of love and light, and I really hope that you've been able to get some good guidance from this reading. So thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.